Welcome back, everyone, to Freaky Tales on this beautiful Tuesday evening. I went out early this week because I'm thinking about squeezing in another show, possibly Friday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know, but I'm just trying to keep it going. Have a good time, especially this small, intimate group that I have here, which is you guys. So I want to thank everybody on the live chat, those who decided not to be on the live chat, and those that are new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you very much. But I do have a quick question for the Jedi. Jedi, I don't think you fixed this light right here. You left it there, but it's okay. We'll leave it there because I like the way it looks as of right now. So it's all good. So thank you for that. But so yeah, you know what? For those of you guys that didn't get a chance to tune in, a couple of days ago we went live, and we had a good episode. We actually talked about the New Jersey phenomenon, the drones and everything. I heard a couple of interviews where Donald Trump said that he knows that the government knows what they are. But before he stated that, he also said he would have shot them down. Okay. When they're flying over, bases, military bases, it's very dangerous. If it's a foreign country doing that, then they're gathering information, and he said he would have shot them down. But regardless, we talked about that a couple of days ago. If you guys didn't get a chance, it's called New Jersey Phenomenon. Definitely go and check that out. We played a couple of videos, great phone calls. I expect some more great phone calls as well. Now, preparing for today's topic, I've had this topic in mind for a while, and I've had several of you also email me and giving me suggestions what I should do, and I'm open for all that. So I thank you for that. And if we can put up the email, once again, freakytalespodcast@gmail.com, freakytalespodcast@gmail.com. If you guys have anything you guys want to send me, videos, pictures that you guys want me to share, maybe you guys might have caught something, maybe you caught something on your ring, which is the doorbell. You guys want to send me something. Somebody actually sent me a cool video of I believe it's a shapeshifter. It's in black and white, so I'll be sharing that eventually. So, but as preparing for today's topic, the Incubus and Succubus, before we touch on that, there were two movies that this subject reminded me of. There were two movies. One of them is, eventually we'll play the trailer, so that way you guys, maybe it'll jog your guys' memory and you guys maybe go back and see it. But throughout the years, I've had women and men that have shared stories with me that they felt sexually assaulted in their sleep. And they began doing research on their own. And of course, it always seems like I'm a magnet for people that just want to share their stories. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, share it. But I had several women. These women didn't know each other, but these women all had similar stories that they were sexually assaulted in their sleep. Also had another male that claims he was sexually assaulted in his sleep, but when he woke up, there was nobody there. This actually happened in a different country, and I'll get into that as well. But it just reminded me of a couple of movies that I have seen, and that I also recommend. That a lot of these movies, one of them you may recognize, and one you may not. But what I'm going to do is, before we get into our subject, our topic, let's go ahead and play. Let me put on my headphones. If you could prepare video number 1. And, okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead and play it. Video number 1. This movie's called The Entity. I believe is 1982 or 84. I'm not quite sure. But go ahead.
I've always believed that there were several planes of existence, and we as human beings inhabit only one.
Kind of loud a little bit.
What happened to you guys last night anyway?
Cool.
I was attacked. Is this the first time something like this has ever happened?
No. Things have come to me. In the night. Why do I see and feel these things?
Some things are more terrible than other things. And he felt like a man?
A big man. But when my son came in, there was nobody there. He evaporated.
1982.
That's classic poltergeist activity.
You know, there was a time when people believed in the supernatural. These ghosts and demons were only ideas, but people saw them.
You think I'm insane?
First, we'll have to find out what the problem
In the
is.
meantime, I'll be dead. He's stronger than you are. He'll kill me if he has to.
Isn't it possible that some entity has crossed into our plane of existence? There was somebody there. I couldn't see him with my eyes, but there was somebody there.
He's in the room!
Will you appear to us now?
It's my decision
What, to stay sick?
to stay alive.
The Entity, 1982. Now, let me just give you a little bit of background on that. For those of you guys that have not seen it, it's a single mother, Carla Morgan. It's RAPED, and attacked by an invisible force. She begins therapy with Dr. Phil, a psychiatrist who believes Carla's traumatic past is motivating her to commit self-induced injuries rather than anything supernatural. But the attacks continue. So that's all I'll give you about this movie. It's a great movie. I enjoyed it when I saw it, and I enjoy it even now. But when we talk about an incubus and succubus, these are what they call a male or a female demon. And once again, we'll get a little bit more into that. But that's what this movie reminded me of now. Some people have said that this was actually a true story. I didn't find that on here, but I know that certain things like this that happen in this movie have happened to women that I've talked to in their sleep. That this male spirit entity demon comes and visits them and sexually assaults them. The opposite of that would be a male demon coming and male demon coming in and sexually assaulting these women, and then the female demon going and assaulting these women. And I think I got that wrong, so please forgive me. The male demon attacking the women, the female demon attacking the men. Now, I'm going to share with you guys a story that this one, it threw me off, and I'll tell you why. Because I've only heard of this demon succubus that sleeps with men in their dreams. The incubus is the male demon that sleeps with women. But this story is about a man that told me that he believes that the incubus, meaning the male spirit, sexually assaulted him. So I thought it was just the male demon with the women and then the woman with the male. No. This was actually, according to him, he was in a different country. He went into a hotel room, and I shared this probably the first year that I was on Freaky Tales. And he went into a hotel room by himself. He went on his trip by himself, and he said he always sleeps on his stomach. Well, what happened was, he said that night, he noticed that the hallway light was flickering, and he could see it under his door. So he just kept looking under the hallway light, kept flickering until it just turned off. Thought that was odd. Then it turned back on. Then according to him, he saw 2 feet standing in front of his door. You know, you can see the bottom of the door where it's about this much, where you can actually see into the hallway. Then he saw 2 feet standing there. And he kept saying, hello, hello, hello. Nobody would answer. After a while, it just walked away. He didn't think anything of it. So he goes to sleep on his stomach. He said while he's asleep, he felt something walk into the room that he wakes up. Now, here's what he said. And these were his words. I didn't know if I was awake or asleep. I felt that I was somewhere in the middle. And since I lay on my back, I literally felt something get on the bed slowly and lay on me. The same way I had my arms, he put his arms on top of mine. The way I had my legs, he put his legs on top of mine. He goes, and I had my pants on, but I felt him penetrating. And I couldn't wake up. I couldn't yell. I couldn't speak until he finished. And I had to ask him. I'll be honest with you. I had to ask him. Now, there was times when he was telling me the story and he would pause. And I would tell him, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm just remembering more and more is coming. And then I said, okay. So I asked him, you believe that this really, really happened? He goes, yeah, but it wasn't a person. It wasn't a person. And I said, well, but it penetrated you? He goes, yeah. And I said, were you sore the next day or something? He said, yes. He said, that's how real it was. It just wasn't a dream. I really, really felt it. So I just checked out and I went to a different hotel and nothing ever happened there. So now that was a story that I got his permission to share, as long as I don't say the country and as long as I don't say his name. He said, that's fine, you can share it. Now, let me give you a little bit of background about these succubus. A succubus is a female demon and an incubus is a male demon, both of which are part of medieval European folklore. Okay, the description: a demon that has sexual intercourse with men in their sleep. Okay, a demon has sexual intercourse with women in their sleep. So the succubus, okay, that's a demon that has sexual intercourse with men. So the succubus is the woman. I just need to state that. The incubus is the male demon that has sex with women. Okay. I don't know why I keep getting them mixed up. But the word is a Latin word from the Latin incubus, which means nightmare. Okay. And here's what it says: offspring. The half-human offspring of an incubus is called an cambion. Cambion, for those of you guys that want to look it up. Okay. These demons were likely created to explain natural phenomena that occur during sleep, which as nightmares, sexual dreams, sleep paralysis, and night terrors. And those are all different, you guys. Sexual dreams, sleep paralysis, and night terrors. They may have also been used to explain nighttime rapes and other assaults on women by friends, relatives, or the clergy. Okay. So, first and foremost, I've never had an experience like this. Now, have I ever had dreams of something coming into my room and wanting to have sexual intercourse? Yes. Now, the reason why these are different than just regular dreams, because yes, I've had dreams of me being with women in my dreams, okay? But these dreams, I never see who the woman is. I know it's a woman because I see the shape, but that's it. I never see a face. I never touch anything. I just resist it because I know for some reason in my dreams that this is not right. This is not normal. This is something more on the spiritual side. So there's a difference between having a dream about being with someone and then knowing the difference between something spiritual possibly creeping into your dreams. And that's the difference. And this is a very touchy subject because one of the persons that had these experiences shared this with me the other day, that when she went to go live with a friend, she was having these experiences there at her house and only at her house, to the point where she was waking up with bruises between her thighs, her legs. And me, I like details. I'm going to ask, did it feel like a man? Yes, it was always a man. Did you ever see a face? No, I never saw a face. How was his touch? It was like a touch of a man, but it wasn't a man. And the next day you wake up feeling sore. There was a couple of times that she even said that she even climaxed during these, I guess, succubus or incubus encounters. And it's I wish I had somebody here that would be willing to share their story, but when I asked them, would you like to come on, they don't want to share their stories. I guess they don't want to be known as the face of someone that has experienced this. And I think that if I would have experienced it, I don't think I would want to tell anybody. I'd probably share it with somebody that had the same experience, but I'm sure some of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about and possibly have experience. And we're not saying that this is a man or this is an actual woman in the natural. No, this is something supernatural. This is something spiritual, I believe, that creeps into your dreams. Let me give you a little bit more of a background. It might sound a little repetitious, so please hang in there. And then we'll get to our second movie that I want to share with you guys, that I believe it's a good movie, and I believe also could be educational for those of you guys that are out there that really want to know about this incubus or succubus spirit or demon or entity, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so a succubus, this is the female demon or supernatural entity from folklore that has several powers, including sexual inducement. Succubi can make men constantly crave sexual interaction, often through touch. Immortality, as demons. Now, I don't know why they switched the name, but it's succubus, and then they go to succubi or succubi, are immortal. Shape-shifting succubi can change their shape to match an individual's view of beauty. Think about that. They can change their shape to match an individual view of beauty. So if you have a type of girl that you like, if this thing ever attacked you, because that's what I'm going to call it, an attack, they will shift themselves into what you like and entice you. Okay, then it goes on to say, stealing energy, that's what they do. Succubus can drain or harm men with whom they have intercourse. Killing, in some cases, succubus can kill men. That one I thought threw me off. That one I thought threw me off. And let me tell you why. Now, I'm not saying that there's a connection here, but I will say that I had a friend many years ago, many years ago, that was addicted to pornography. Now, there's people that watch porn, I guess, with their girlfriend, their wife, or their husband, etc. Cool, whatever. If that's your thing. By the way, I myself have never seen a full porn movie. Never seen a full porn movie. I was introduced to porno when I was in 7th grade through a movie called Debbie Does Dallas. And I remember me and my friend were watching it in his room, and his dad walked in on us. And that was really the only time that I can actually say I saw maybe 10 minutes of it. But it does a lot of harm. And this guy got to the point where when he would wake up, eat his breakfast, he'd watch porn. When he would have lunch, he'd watch porn. When he would have dinner, watch porn. And then at night, whack off and watch porn. He would tell me his routine. He was addicted. It got to the point where he actually told me, why don't you come to my house and help me throw these away? As a friend, I will. When I got there, I figured, how many you have? 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 at the most? He said, no, I got over 1,000. 1,000. Opened up his closet, and there they were. And then he talked himself out of it. Well, I already invested a lot of money. I think I'm just going to keep them. Okay. Well, throughout the years, he would tell me about some of his experiences, how a woman in his dreams would come and visit him, have sex with him. And I would ask him, let me ask you this, bro. Like, would you climax? Yeah, I would. I said, isn't that just like a wet dream? No, bro. And I go, well, do you actually ever see this woman? No, but I know she's fine. How do you know? Oh, because I touch her. But it's just a black silhouette, but I know it's a woman. Okay? Now I'm going to say this because I read this right here. It says, killing, in some cases, succubus can kill men. Now, whether this is true or not, I don't know, and I hope his family's not watching because I'm not trying to make any connection. But I'm going to tell you this. He told me enough of those stories that I started to believe him. And let me tell you something. At 42 years old, this guy passed away in his sleep. And that's all I'm going to say. And I'll leave it at that. Let's go ahead and prepare for the next clip. And then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background before you guys watch this clip. And let me tell you what it is. This movie is called It Follows. Somebody recommended to me. It was 2014, I believe, when I saw it. And It Follows is about someone that slept with someone, and that spirit that was in that person that he slept with now follows him. It no longer follows that person. So that person gave it to him through sexual intercourse. Okay? And the only way you can get rid of it, the only way is that you have to sleep with somebody else to pass it to them. But now, after you pass it to them, you have to warn them that something's going to be following you. You're going to see it. It's going to look like a family member. It's going to look like your brother. You don't know who it is, but they're going to be following you. Well, what do they want? They want to kill you. They want to kill. Okay, so how do I get rid of it? You got to sleep with somebody else and then tell them. And it just goes on and on and on. Now, if that last person dies, then it goes back to the person that they last slept with. And this movie is pretty crazy, guys. If you guys have not seen It Follows, definitely give it a listen. Check it out. Let's go ahead and play that. Be careful with the volume, yeah.
I used to daydream about being old enough to go on dates. I had this image of myself holding hands with a really cute guy. Just having some sort of freedom, I guess.
Jay, I'm sorry. You're not gonna believe me, and I need you to remember what I'm saying.
Here's what he tells her.
It's gonna follow you. Somebody gave it to me, and I passed it to you. Wherever you are, it's somewhere walking straight for you. All you can do is pass it along to someone else.
What exactly is supposed to be following you?
I don't know.
Just pass it along.
You believe me, right?
Nothing's gonna happen.
See? Everything's okay. Is something wrong with me?
If it kills her, it goes straight down the line to whoever started it.
It's gonna be here sooner or later.
Okay, that was it. It Follows. Let me go ahead and take these off. It Follows. Jedi, have you seen that movie? Okay. I think it's a good movie. It's actually a scary movie. And I think it'll be terrifying to have slept with someone and then you wake up and they tell you something's going to be following you. Somebody gave it to me and now I gave it to you. It's going to be a woman. It's going to be a man. It's going to follow you, and you cannot get rid of it unless you sleep with somebody else. And that's what this movie's about. Now, these two movies came to mind when I was putting together today's topic, and I said, you know what? I think it'll be good to show it that this is something spiritual, just like I believe the succubus, the female demon, the incubus, the male demon, I believe is spiritual as well. In my opinion. Do I believe that some of these stories are real? Yeah, I don't believe it's just everybody that has a wet dream was seduced by a succubus. No, but I do believe that these things do happen. And let me just give you some key points really quick before we start taking calls. Once again, the appearance typically portrayed as a very attractive woman. Function to seduce men in their dreams, often leading to sexual intercourse. Okay. Impact of victim. believed to drain the victim's energy or life force through sexual activity. Mythological origins founded in various folklore traditions, particularly in medieval European culture. Now, they say folklore, okay, that it's possibly just a story. Once again, I've talked to various people, and they have told me that they've experienced these things. Do I believe that there's some truth to it? Yes, I do believe that. Where did these names come from? Medieval times, 14th century, I believe. The succubus and incubus. And I believe that some of these stories are true, but I do believe that they're just not dreams. I do believe in night terrors. I do believe in nightmares. I do believe in sleep paralysis. I believe in that, but I do believe that this also exists. And I know some of you men out there watching know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? You know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of times you just may not want to say nothing because your wife might be sitting right next to you. But believe me, I know you know that I know. So other than that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the phone number up there. And before we do that, are you going to send me that? Okay. Let me see. Okay, still coming in. Here it is right here. Do you know what an incubus, a succubus is? 34 minutes ago, that was 133 votes. Some 55% said I do. 31% said I don't. 14% I know one of them. Okay, that was funny. But yes, so when you guys call in, hold on one second, I got to connect because I believe I already see Caesar from Paris calling in. Okay, Caesar, if that was you, call back and we'll go from there. Let me see. He always has something interesting to say. So call back. So the phone lines are now open. Whoever wants to call in and chime in on today's topic, please do so. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Okay. You got to turn down your television, my bro. Here we go again. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Tony A. Caesar from Paris.
Caesar from Paris. How are you?
We're doing good. Beautiful moon outside. Of course, blessed, and let's hope everybody's doing the same.
Absolutely. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, it's a good topic here. And before I forget, succubus and incubus, everybody look up the Juan on Juan podcast. This guy is a self-proclaimed pro at the incubus, succubus, and homunculus. There's all kinds of demons out there. Now, I've never had the experience or the pleasure of encountering something like this in my sleep. Now, I have encountered a demon that in the daytime that sucks energy out of me. That happened to me, and it felt horrific. Now, as far as, like you said, it's folklore. So I really don't believe that there is really a girl kukui sucking you off at night. It just doesn't, I believe sex is physical. There is a lot of energy connected with sex that you use, and maybe that is what they're honing. And a lot of people don't really even know that when you're experiencing paralysis, sleep paralysis and whatnot, that's actually you leaving your body. So a lot of times it could just be you coming back into your own body.
Okay.
Like I said, nobody really knows. It's just an opinion, but Juan on Juan podcast for everybody that really does want to know a little bit more about this folklore kukuis out there. That's a great place to start. But other than that, just always make sure that we are balls of energy, and there are going to be people trying to suck it out of you one way or another. Either from Paris, and I'm out.
All good. I'm glad that you can call in and give your opinion on this. So if anybody wants to call in and say, well, I don't necessarily believe this, I had something like that happen, or whatever, just even if you didn't have an experience, if you just want to touch on the topic, let's go ahead and do that. The phone lines are now open. Or you may just have a freaky tale story that you guys want to share. Feel free to call. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Hey, what's up, Big Tony? This is Leo from Houston, Texas. How are you tonight, man?
Oh, brother, I'm blessed. Thank you from Houston, Texas. Houston in the building. Much love and respect to you, my bro.
Hey, man. So on that subject, I never had an experience like that, but I did have a sleep paralysis a couple months ago.
Yeah, please
I was
share.
waiting on break for my girl to pull up, and I took a nap. So when I took a nap, I fell asleep or whatever, and I thought it was sleep paralysis. Pero cuando estaba dormido, I felt like I kept feeling like her presence was there to pick me up, even though I was sleeping. And then I felt nails on the back of my shoulders, and like I felt that, and I was going through the little sleep paralysis. I was like stiff and still, and I was trying to wake up and trying to wake up, and then I get up, and I felt like a presence was around me, and then I wake up and I call my girl. I'm like, hey, did you come by? And she's like, no, I haven't even left. So then I was like, what the hell? So yeah, I believe in that demonic stuff, man. No, funny thing is, like, I was watching a lot of Freaky Tales podcasts, and I was really consuming a lot of the stories and stuff like that. I was full of the energy. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but you know, I was binge watching a lot of them. It was around Halloween time.
Oh, good, man. You know what's funny? That I had a lot of friends that have told me, bro, I can't watch your show for 2 reasons. And I said, why? I hate the intro. He goes, I always just wait till you're live, then I fast forward it. He goes, and then I hear the music in the background, and I'm there by myself, and then I hear a noise, and I just turn it off. He goes, your show, it really is freaky, man. So I was like, okay. So, yeah, so maybe you might have consumed.
And one side note, I'm sorry to cut you off, boss.
It's all good.
One side note, I was driving, picking up my daughter earlier today, and right here in Texas, in Houston, I had FaceTime my daughter, and I seen those drones, and I FaceTime my daughter, and I was like, look at those, look at what is it? Because she told me she seen one 2 nights ago here in Houston.
Oh wow!
And she told me she seen them, and I didn't believe her. And the first of them, it was red, white, and blue, and I was like, no, well, we live right here by the airport, you know.
Yes.
But then I seen another 4 that were right by each other, and they had red, white, and green lights. Man, but it tripped me out, and I even zoomed in, and I FaceTime my girl. She's like, no, it's un avión, it's an airplane. And we were kind of laughing, but I was like, no, the way that they were still, an airplane doesn't sit still like that. There was a lot of them, and that tripped me out, man. So I don't know.
Oh, good, man. You know what? Thank you for taking the time, bro, and taking the time to being a part of the show. I greatly appreciate you calling in.
Of course, brother. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, man. God bless you, bro.
Likewise, my bro. Stay blessed. Peace. Okay, the phone lines are now open. Thank you, Caesar from Paris. Thank you, my bro from Houston, Texas. You know what's funny? We get a lot more out-of-state calls than people in the state that call in. So our fan base is like expanding. So thank you for that. I get friends from New York, from Wisconsin, from Kansas, Portland, Arizona. If you guys want to, once again, the phone lines are open. If you guys want to call in and chime in on this succubus, incubus topic, if you guys have an experience, know somebody that has experienced something like this, or maybe you want to recommend a movie that may have to do with something like this. Once again, here we go. Oh, let me see. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Tony A? Anonymous.
Okay.
But I just have a freaky tale.
Okay, go for it.
Recently, I was researching serial killers and Richard Ramirez, whatnot. But what came up was the prostitute serial killer. I forgot his name was. I think it was the Sleepy Killer, something like that.
Sleepy Killer.
I think it was. Is the man who stopped killing ladies for 10 years supposedly, but he was dumping them. They were saying in the landfill, but all over Figueroa, he was picking up prostitutes and
probably the Hillside Strangler.
No, it's not the Hillside Strangler.
Okay.
It's,
Zodiac Killer or something like that.
No, it's really recent. He got caught in 2016.
Oh, recent.
Figueroa, African American guy. Grew up in Figueroa. Everybody knew him. I just recently saw a documentary, and it's interesting how we always focus on serial killers that are, from out of town and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of serial killers in LA right now as we speak. And that's just like the freaky tale that I wanted to bring up. That there's so many people in LA and you don't even know who's next to you, bro. That's
No,
freaky.
you're absolutely right.
So
You're absolutely right. I mean,
So just wanted to bring that up. I don't know if you ever heard about it, Tony, but or anybody else can bring more insight into that serial killer. I'm looking up his name right now. I'm so sorry. I forgot his name.
Jedi, what's his name right there? I'm sorry. What is it? Lonnie David Franklin. Is that
his
his
name was
Grim Sleeper? That's what they call him.
the Grand Sleeper. There you go.
Yeah, you
He
know
worked
what?
for the city.
Yeah,
He worked for the city.
Can you take that picture of his mugshot and post it so people can see it? Now, you mentioned that there was a documentary on him. Where is this available? On Amazon, Netflix?
Guys, if you guys look on YouTube and you guys just put the Grim Sleeper or Figueroa Street serial killer,
Okay.
dude, he was living up, I think, on 65 in Figueroa.
Okay.
I think it was 65. So it's just crazy, Everybody's been down Figueroa to go to USC, to the
Right.
museum,
Right.
whatever. So it's crazy. It's crazy how you just pass by people.
Yes, there it
every
is.
day,
We're about to put him on the screen. This is him, the Grim Sleeper. When you guys get a chance, look him up. Maybe I'll do a show on him because, I mean, USC is not too far from me, So,
Dude, I was going to bring that up to you because that's if you get that other fella who knows a lot about the serial killers that are in LA or killings in LA.
yes, Mike Santana.
There you go. That guy will probably have a lot. And you know what? It's so crazy. It's like it's so close to us, and I've never even heard about the guy.
No, and you're right.
They said he killed over 100 girls. He has over 200 pictures of dead girls, and they can't even find the body.
You know why? I'm going to tell you something that's going to be controversial, but I'm going to tell you why I believe, and I'm just taking a shot at it. You know why he's probably not a popular serial killer? Because he's not white.
Oh, probably, definitely.
I mean, when we think of serial killers,
nobody cares about them.
we automatically think Ted Bundy. We automatically think John Wayne Gacy. And even though Richard Ramirez was, from East Los over here and got beat up and got captured, he always somewhat gets thrown under the shadow of, these Ted Bundy guys. But this guy's a black man and he was a serial killer. And you're right. A lot of, like you said, you could be on a bus and not know who you're sitting next to. Okay, you could be sitting next to a serial killer, and for all the guys that like to brag about going to jail, bro, you're these guys are your bunkies, and you guys want to brag about that? I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep with somebody next to something that would be in my bunkie. So.
Yeah, man, it's a trip. So that's my freaky tale. I'm gonna call in next week, and I have another freaky tale, but just leaving it off on that note with be careful where you go and where you drive at and where
Absolutely.
you stop at, especially in LA.
Absolutely.
So, everybody.
I want to say something that before we hang up with you, okay? Today, and I'm talking to the men out there, the fathers out there. I'm raising my grandkids, okay? And I take my grandkids to the park pretty much almost every day. We go bike riding, we go practice soccer, we go feed the squirrels, we do whatever. And every once in a while, they take off about 50 feet in front of me because they're riding their bikes. I take off their training wheels. They're doing great. Today, this old dude, he looked like he was probably in his 70s, was riding like a beach cruiser. And he stops to talk to my grandbabies, and I see him about 50 feet away. And he's trying to give my grandbaby something. So I start jogging over there. And immediately, I get in, turn into a lion, and I just tell him, man, what are you telling my grandkids? And he goes, I fix bikes, and this is my new business, and I just wanted to give him my card. You wanted to give my 6-year-old grandbaby your card? And then my grandbaby calls me Grampy, and he goes, Grampy. He goes, he wanted to give me his card because he has like a little Boston accent. And I was just like, look, don't talk to them, bro. You want to talk to me? Talk to me. He goes, well, you know what? I'll give you my card. I don't want your card. Get out of here. And I'm talking to the fathers. Let me tell you something, man. Take care of your children. Take care of kids, even if they're not yours, bro. Because once again, like you said, we don't know who these guys are, bro. This guy could have possibly meant well, but you don't talk to kids like that, bro. So, like you said, bro, you don't know who you may be sitting or shaking hands with. So, thank you, man.
Yeah, and, you know, and just a little bit more. Just, man, if it's a female or male, man, don't trust anybody. Don't trust anybody.
You don't trust nobody, bro.
You see all these dude, all these Epstein. It's always a setup.
Yes.
A girl and a male, vice versa. Don't trust anybody. Just stay safe out there.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. And let us know about the Grim Sleeper.
God bless you, Tony.
All right, brother. You stay blessed, my brother.
Yeah,
Peace.
man.
So what was he? The Grim Sleeper? Okay. I'm going to look into that. Maybe we'll do an episode. You can take him off now. That fool looks like Kanye West from here. Oh, maybe that's Kanye East. But, okay, you guys, the phone lines are open. But, yeah, you know what? Like I said, I'm talking to you fathers. Protect your children, man. Or protect children, even if they're not yours, because you don't know who these guys are. Giving my grandkid his card. Call it your name and where are you calling from?
What's up, Tony? My name's George, man. I'm calling from Antica.
Hey, what's up, George? How you doing tonight, man? Thank you for calling in and being a part of the show.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And I just want to thank you, man, for keeping this channel going, man.
Oh, man.
One of my favorite
You're welcome.
ones from all of my stuff.
Yeah,
But,
thank you.
hey, yeah, I want to kind of touch to the subject. I do have a few encounters with it. You know, I remember when at a time in my life where I wanted to, you know, change my life and go to church and do all that, but back in the day, man, you know, maniacal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maniacs.
Like, and now I got a bunch of high knots, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would say that, you know, changing my life or whatever and going to church, one of the biggest things I had to deal with, you know, it was like lust and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right after I changed, right after I started doing good, de la nada, fool, like, in las noches, I will begin to have those dreams, you know? And bro, en la medianoche, homie, like, se me paraba la verga, dog, and freaking nut everywhere, dog.
Damn.
And I'll be like, what the heck? Yeah. No, hey, en serio, fool. And I'll be like, what the heck? And the next thing you know, the next day, my boy, I'll be tripping all day, like, you know, about wanting to go and mess around and do this. So, you know, like, long story short, man, it's like a lot of guys, man. And then I started realizing a couple other guys struggle and deal with the same stuff, you know. But long story short is this, man. You know, sometimes that thing's generational. Cause then I found out too that, you know, my uncle le pasaba esto, and then I found out that my pop, he used to have dreams like that too, and all of them were maniacals too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, that's some real stuff, man. That's some real stuff, you know. Just wanted to, you know, this is definitely a subject, you know, I'll give you that. Not a lot of people talk about this type of subject, you know what I mean? But they're real, and they're meant to keep you, you know, like trapped, man.
Yeah.
More and more and more, and it's all because at night, you know, those seeds, you know, like those things are being planted, bro, and it's like that though, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But
yes,
real stuff, Tony.
All good, my bro. Thank you for sharing that, bro. It was a little too much information, but I'm glad you called in and shared it. So, all good, my brother. Thank you, man.
Yeah, bro. Thank you, bro.
It's all good, bro. You kept it real. Stay blessed and stay tuned, my bro. Thank you. Okay. That was hilarious, bro. That was funny. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. So the phone lines are open. You guys want to call in, and phone calls have been great. Thank you very much, everybody that's taking the time. We got a couple of minutes, you guys. Let's get these phone calls in. I'm enjoying this subject. I just wish that we would have had somebody that would have came in, sat down with me, and somewhat gave their story. Obviously, I would have respected them and took this a little bit more serious, because some of these people that have experienced this, not only did they tell me that they were sexually assaulted in their sleep, but also afterwards beaten up in their sleep. So that's what I mean. I would have took it a little bit more serious, because the person that told me this story, I was trying to ask her to come in, but she just pretty much just said, I can't do it. I said, no problem. So the phone lines are now open, guys. So you can call in and share your freaky tale, or just chime in on today's topic. Okay, let's see who this is. Okay, you hung up. Caller. I like that creepy sound music in the background. Yeah, so once again, the topic today, succubus, incubus. If you guys want to call in and share, definitely call in. The phone lines are now open. And I'm talking to the person that's watching. You know who I'm talking to. So here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Hello, caller. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man? Your name and where you calling from?
Pretty good, man. It's Showbiz Cash, brother. How's it going?
Good, my bro. Good. You want to chime in on today's topic, or you got a freaky tale you want to share?
Yeah, man, I got a freaky tale.
Go for it.
Yeah, one time, I filmed this dead lady. I was in high school.
You filmed a dead lady?
Yeah, my friend worked at a mortuary.
Okay.
And for some stupid reason, invited us all down there, you know, about 10, 15 of us. And I was one of the ones that went over there, and since, you know, I used to like to film, I took my camera with me.
Okay.
You know, this was back when VHS was in, you know. It was a VHS camera. And while I filmed the lady, they unzipped a bag. It was the main bag, and then she had another plastic covering her, another plastic bag. So it was a black bag, and then under that black bag, she was in a clear see-through plastic bag. And I filmed her, and I couldn't sleep after that for like a few days. I was having nightmares, like night sweats and everything, you know.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question, caller. You said you filmed her. What was the purpose of filming? Were you doing a documentary? Was this a project you were doing? What was the reason for filming a dead woman?
It was a stupid thing I did as a teenager.
Okay.
You know, this was back when, I don't know, this was about 88, around 1988, 1990.
Okay.
And this was before social media, before a bunch of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that we see now, and that's this was still considered taboo.
Okay.
You know, and I couldn't sleep, man. You know, for the life of me, I couldn't sleep at all. And, you know, I had told one of my tias, you know, I said, hey, you know, I can't sleep, you know.
What do you think it was that was keeping you from sleeping?
I think I disrupted her spirit. You know, I think maybe I had something attached to me.
Okay.
That I didn't realize that I took into when I saw her. You know, I'm thinking maybe I had something attached to me that led me to go down there to do what I did.
Right.
You know, and
now let me ask you this: do you still have that footage?
No, I destroyed it.
Okay, and was that the only time you've ever recorded someone?
Yeah, that's the only time.
Do you know what this lady passed from?
No, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just know that she was old and I couldn't sleep. I was having nightmares, you know. And,
right. Okay, and
you know, after I destroyed it, you know, I could sleep again. But that was stupid of me, man. We're not supposed to disrupt anybody because sometimes we're disrupting bodies that have spirits that don't want to leave this earth yet, you know. And
yeah.
For whatever reason, I might have disrupted somebody, you know, somebody's soul, or maybe there was a demon attaching itself to her, or
right.
Maybe it was attached to me. Because, you know, I believe in the other dimension. The demons are from other dimensions. Just because we can't see them doesn't mean it's not there. Kind of like air.
Yeah.
You know, we can't see the air we breathe, but we're breathing it, and that's kind of like, you know, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension. There's the spirit realm, and I think I disrupted the spirit realm, and it was kind of letting me know, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
You want to play games? Look, let me show you a real game. You know, and I was haunted in my sleep. Bro. I was haunted in my sleep, and people who don't believe in that need to think twice, bro, because it'll get you. If you're vulnerable, it'll get you when you least expect it. It's like, I think about it, like, sometimes I freak myself out because I'm like, I don't want to see that lady again because I picture her like a bruja, like the white-faced lady.
Yes.
And that's the lady that I'm afraid to see. I'm afraid to see that lady at night, bro. Like, I'm afraid to see the white-faced lady.
When you say the white-faced lady, are you referring to the dead woman?
Just the bruja with no soul.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like the Llorona, to the 10th degree, you know, just like the ugliest face she could ever see. You know, just ugly and stinky, you know. Yeah, stinky.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro.
Anyways, my bro, thank you, bro.
It's my favorite show, dude.
Thank you, my bro.
It's my favorite show, man.
I keep it going for you guys, man. So I truly, truly appreciate you calling in, being transparent, and sharing that, man. So thank you once again for that. Thank you for calling in and being a part of the show, man.
Yeah, and I live alone, dog, so and you can do like a show with like kid songs after, you know, you can like do songs after, you know, happy songs.
Okay.
So I'm kind of scared to go to sleep now, dog.
It's all good, my bro. Thank you, bro. You have a blessed one.
Bro, take care.
Peace. Okay, let's go, guys. We're going to take a couple of more phone calls. Who wants to call in, share your freaky story, share your freaky tale, or just chime in on today's freaky topic, the succubus and the incubus. Now, I do want to say something referring to that movie, It Follows. If you guys decide to watch it, It Follows came out in 2014, and it's about somebody sleeping with someone, passing on a spirit, and then warning that person that the spirit that was following me is now going to follow you. I do believe this, in this case, not just women, but also men carry and can transfer spirits through these sexual acts. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Tony? This is Jose out of Rialto.
What's up, my brother from Rialto? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, brother. Just here working, man. Hey, I was calling you the different subject we're talking about right now, bro. But I just want to see your point of view. What do you think about this okay?
Oh, you want my point of view on this?
Yeah, no. About what I'm about to ask you.
Okay.
I got 7 kids, brother. I have 7 kids. I have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a little girl, and then I have a 5 and 6-year-old little boy, and 11 and 15 and a 16-year-old daughter. And they all have cell phones, brother. And what do you think about that, bro? You know, giving the kids phones, and you know, it just gets to the point that, my kids wake up, then their cell phones, and they go to bed, they want to be on their cell phones, and it's just getting a little bit frustrating with the kids now. And I just want to get your point of view, also because I've been going through try to learn more about the cell phones. They have radiation, and I hear all these stories. So I just wanted to see your point of view, if it's okay.
No, I'll give you my point of view, especially when it comes to that, because I have 4 children and now I have 5 grandbabies and another one on the way. Okay. None of my kids had phones until they were in high school, probably around 16 or 17 years old. They were in elementary, they were in junior high, now they call it middle school. They didn't have no cell phones. All their friends had cell phones, not from me. Okay. You want to use the computer's right there. That's the way we did it. Okay. And one thing about me, it's like we give them too much. Now they have everything at their fingertips. No, it's got to be for me. And I'm not speaking for all families. I'm speaking for me, how I raise my kids. No cell phone. I remember my daughter, I had bought her an iPod, I believe. And when she got to high school, I believe she was 16 years old. I said, okay, give your friends your number of the iPod where you guys can text. So I was allowing her to barely text from her iPod. Okay. But that's as far as it went. You weren't even allowed to have social media. Okay. And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because me having 2 beautiful daughters, there's a lot of freaking perverts out there. Okay. And I'm speaking to the founders. I'm going to tell you why. Years ago, I had a Facebook. It was just a family orientated Facebook. And I posted up that I took my daughter to her first job. She is 16 years old. I took her to her first job, and I was so proud of her. I took a picture standing in front of her job, and I put it on my Facebook saying, I'm a happy dad. I'm a friend. I love my daughter. I'm so proud, whatever. These perverts that were following me showed up at her job. And lied to her and said, I'm your dad's friend. I asked them if I can take you out to lunch. These guys were in their 30s. A lot of times, this is why I keep my private life private. A happy life is a private life is a happy life, bro. Because you give them too much. You don't know who these guys are. I didn't even know who these guys were showing up to my daughter's, job. All my daughters, they have private pages. I've had guys that I don't even know that have asked me, hey, do you mind if I follow your daughter? Yes, I do mind. But like I said, man, that's just me. Somebody may say I'm strict, but let me tell you something. My daughter's 30. She just gave me my second grandson from her 2 days ago. Jeremiah, I love you. So that's his name.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. And she thanked me for fathering her the way I did. So her daughter, I picked her up and I told my daughter, I asked her, how old does she have to be before you're going to give her her first cell phone or her first tattoo? And she goes, no, Dad, you raised us right. You raised us right. And I go, now you understand it. Now that you have your own kids, now how I want to protect you. And she's got a wonderful husband.
Yeah.
And because all the other guys that were trying to talk to her, I gave those guys the boot. Okay? Somebody may say, well, you can't intrude into the relationship. Yeah, you can. My daughters weren't having boyfriends at 15, 16, 17 years old. No. I said, the guy that you bring here to my house is the guy you're going to marry. I'm not going to have you bring me Manny, Mo, and Jack and say, oh, Dad, it just didn't work. I believe that there has to be boundaries. And so I'm just telling you guys how I raised my children. And I love them, bro. And you know what? That's my treasure. That's what makes me rich. It's having beautiful children that are now realizing that everything I did for them was for their well-being.
Yeah. And you know what, Tony? This is my second marriage. I already have older kids, and I this is my second marriage, and I'm 11 years older than my wife, and the 3 oldest kids they're my stepkids. So, when I talk to her about things I don't like, because my little kids, my 3-year-old daughter has Snapchat, and actually my wife called me earlier when I was on my way to work, and she's like, look at the Snapchat. I'm like, what? Look at the Snapchat, your daughter's Snapchat. And I got on it, and then there's a picture of me sitting down in the toilet, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, and she sees it kind of like, if it was funny, I'm like, wait a minute, like, that's not right, know? And I just hate that every time I talk to my wife about this, about the kids, because her oldest daughter, one of them, she's the 16-year-old, like she's always hiding in her phone, like she doesn't let her, like when she's on her phone, she always puts it down when she sees me, like I feel that this is something that she doesn't want me to see, and then like she's always in her room, so you don't know what they're doing, and I talk to my wife about it. I'm like, you know what, like, well, why is she always in her room? Why every time she sees me, she always hides her phone? Like, right. I thought I care about them, I've been with you since your kids were small, like, all this stuff going on around the world right now, and I worry about them,
Yeah, you know what, and you're being a good father by worrying about it and being vocal about it. But yeah, man.
You know what, Tony? I'm gonna be straightforward with you. Like I went through some hard times with my first wife. My son and my daughter. They ended up getting raised from my brother, and I went through a lot. And that's one of the things I talked to my wife about. And I tell her, like you gotta take care of your kids. You can't just let them, this young, have social media. Because you don't know all these predators out there, on Roblox, they're little kids and always say Roblox. And like sometimes I hear other people talking, like, I didn't even know you can do that. You can talk and with other people on those games.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But
I hear you, my bro. Thank you, bro.
You get kind of frustrated,
I feel you, my bro. I truly, truly do. We reached like almost the 8-minute mark, my bro. So we're trying to keep them under 5 minutes. So I apologize for that. But
all right, Tony.
Thank you for calling in, bro.
Brother.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome, brother.
Have a blessed night. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end it right there, and then I just want to touch on something, you guys. I do want to say something when it comes to your children's social media. I'm not one to try to intrude or to even tell anybody how to raise their kids. That's not my place. But since this gentleman brought it up, I do want to say this, that you should be able to check your children's social media. It's not that you're trying to police them. You're trying to father them. You're trying to raise them right. And a lot of times through these gaming systems now where you could just talk to anybody, you don't know who it is. Some of the people that I want to applaud are these people. I've only seen them on Instagram. Some of these people, they're Parents Against Predators, I believe that's what they're called. And they disguise themselves as children. And then they told these guys, hey, I'm 13. You want to meet me? 56-year-old man, 52-year-old man going to meet 13-year-old kids, 11-year-old kids. And then they catch them. I applaud those guys, man, because there are predators out there that and you know what they want to do? They want your kids. So I didn't think this episode was going to go that route, but please father your children. Take care of them. Other than that, is there anything is there any super chats or no? Okay. Did you send me that last one? Okay, I should be getting. I want to read off a poll, you guys. And then I'll give my shout outs. Let me see. All right. 86 votes 33 minutes ago. Have you ever had an Incubus Succubus experience? 31% said yes. 51% no, I haven't. And 17% said I took it as a lucid dream. I took it as a lucid dream, 17%. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I know it's kind of a heavy subject, but I wasn't sharing this from experience. It's more of stories that people have told me that have experienced these things. So if I can bring something to light where it has somebody open up and say, hey, you know what, I want to call in and I want to share my story. Yes, it is true. I wish somebody would have called in and possibly who might have experienced this. Like there's a certain percentage of people that said, yes, they have experienced this. I would have liked to have heard from you guys. Maybe you guys couldn't get it, call in or whatnot, but you know what? I believe that it's a spiritual thing. I just don't believe I do not believe that it's a dream. I believe that it's a spiritual thing. Now, are they really called Incubus Succubus? I don't know, but I do believe that there are these evil spirits that will creep into your home and somehow creep into your sleep. I don't know how that works, and sexually assault you. I do believe that. So Maybe we'll do a part 2 to this because, again, I'm trying to shed a little bit more light on these topics. I think they're interesting and I think they're worth talking about. And I want to thank all the callers that called in. I want to thank everybody on the live chat, everybody who decided not to be on the live chat. I also want to give a shout out to my team. Okay, I want to give a shout out to the Hip Hop Jedi, B. Scanless, Marvelous, my co-host. I want to give a shout out to Forever Genesis of Dark Secrets. Also, I want to give a shout out just to my new subscribers. I just can't thank you guys enough. I'm going to try to go live once again this week, and we'll see what topic. If you guys want to email me or DM me, Freaky Tales Podcast on Instagram or freakytalespodcast@gmail.com for any suggestions, any videos, any pictures you want to send me so that I can share. So I'm going to look into this Grim Sleeper and see what we can do. So thank you guys. Have a blessed night. You know what? Expect the unexpected, and we'll see you guys here soon.